And good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Youth NSC qualifier here at Stamford Ninja Academy. I'm Ryan Stratus, commentating today alongside the Beta Break streaming team here for the Ninja Sport Network. Exciting day on day 2. We had the hybrid rounds yesterday take place, and athletes get to run the speed round today. Their combined scores will add up to determine who will be moving on to that third final round, the burnout. So that will follow the speed rounds, starting with the open round for the 8 and 9-year-old age divisions. We'll be getting ready to go here in just a few minutes. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us in the live stream today and watching later on down the line. I'd like to support the streams and what we do. Check out the Ninja Sport Network Patreon. That'll help bring more high-quality events like this to you. Support these athletes as the sport continues to grow. Also, if you're looking for some high-quality streaming services, Beta Break, they're traveling around doing a lot of things. Definitely give them a holler. Check them out. It's Tammy out there on site, patching me in remotely. I'm out here in Greenville right now. Shout out to the Stamford team as well. Doing great things out there. First man chalking up, ready to go. And we're off on the move. Mark Cuesta working through the speed round right now. It's all about speed here. They have 1 minute and 30 seconds to try to get through 10 obstacles. Got some speed laches here. Gonna have to take a backswing every little bit. Will add up. 1 minute 30 is not much time. We're on tight for a little cannonball action. Good work. Got some more fancy footwork here. Across, going to take a skip past those, and now the over-unders. Just going to test that parkour skill some. A sprint to the warp wall in the back. Up we go to the blaze pod for the buzzer. 43.2 for Mark. Nicely done. This is where things start to get pretty hype out here with the speed rounds. Had a good rest. Everybody ran the hybrid yesterday. Pretty grueling technical course. Now it's all about that speed.
Let's go, Harrison!
Harrison, bus ready to go.
Thank you.
Harrison on the move right now, striding across the steps.
Go!
Quick curve around, going for the skip here.
Good job,
With a half pipe attack on the warp wall.
Trust yourself!
Take a couple extra swings here to be sure about these distances and quick pop off the special delivery handles.
Flow.
Here we go, going to side swing, finding the dismount down. Little cannonballs drop down. Tic-tac off that last angle platform, under, over, under again. And now the dead sprint to the back wall, turn and burn. Climb up, tech gonna be tested, and there it is. 42.91 for Harrison Bus.
Sean, go fast.
You can see really the climb up skills are gonna take a couple extra seconds off your time. Sean standing by. Excuse me. John Sam. And for the skip there. That's a tough one. He's got to go back to the platform. 5-second reset time. My goodness, what a save. One-handed save there. Needs to get a little more swing here to get built up on these big swings distances for him. Climbing up here.
Good.
Showing a lot of heart here.
Now. Set your hips now. Go.
Dropping down into the cannonball swing. Quick little turnaround. Younger athletes really being tested out here with these various skill sets. Down, over, and under. And the turnaround for the warp wall climb. And get the heel hook to the buzzer. 58-28. Some nice work. Look at his save. One hand manages to hold on, was looking down, but kept his eyes on the prize and held tight. Patrick Crowell on the move, striding across. Gonna take that skip as well. Gonna have to take a backswing here. Coming out of the next level ninja and the grit. Or excuse me, just grit Norwalk. That's what Patrick's training out of. Take some back swings here. Wants that hand over hand tech to try to get going. Close to the dismount. Ooh, a little foot slip there, but he's okay. Over, under. That's it. Now to the warp wall. Good on to the grab. Climbing up at 49.4 for Patrick. All right, Shane Young coming out next level ninja and the grit. Rocking the next level team logo. Shane taking the side there. Got a lot of steps to choose from, but we're only using those sides. Now the backswing here. Ooh, some quick pops across. That's the way you want to do it. Saving a lot of time on the bar work. Dropping down, taking some quick moves here. Nice landing. Camera trying to catch him. He's getting so quick out there, hard to keep up with. Over under. Into almost a sub 40-second time here potential. What's the climb up look like? Heel hook over to the buzzer. 36.6. And that might be a hard time to beat. Shane. Just a continuous 1 then 2 follow through Lachey tech. Got him through the bar work really fast, really efficient. Joey Stone on the move right now. Ooh, he's picking up a lot of steam here. Oh, and he's going to link it right off the first. Going to take a backswing here. Pull through on that one. Quick pop across those as well. Going with a little bit of a backwards approach into the forward, giving swing tech. Now it's going to be on to that wall run. Come on around the corner. Watch out, Kara. Taking those action shots. It's going to be tough with some of these quick athletes. Joey going for a really fast time as well. Going to turn and burn here on the warp wall climb to the top. Joey Stone at 35.1. Even the lockoffs here helped with the approach up that angled pipe, and now coming down the warp wall. That was a great run from Joey. Xander Lipton coming out of the Grit Norwalk. Ready to go. Striding across. Xander going for the platform here, playing it safe. Sometimes those big jumps aren't worth the risk. Good little underbar boot scoot to get on out of there. Gonna need a backswing here to be sure about the dismount. Now the climb up is shaking onto that pipe. Makes it a little tough. Keep that momentum going the way you want it to. Good little turn. Stepping through, good foot accuracy. Now the under overs. Trying to cut the line at the movie theater. Here we go, going up in the warp wall now. To the ring, one-handed grab, going for that climb up. Ooh, the scramble. Looking for the buzzer up there, 54.2 for Xander. Taking the buzzer out with him. The Blaze Pod. Had to get one of the staff to take care of that, but nice run from Xander.
Good, Will. Yep.
All right, Julian ready to go. Coming out of Fair Ox. Take that right side route. Looking for the quick laches here as well. Needs that little bit of a backswing. With the bars at unequal distances apart. Hard to keep the same tech going all the way through. Now the forward swings here. Going for the one-handed swing tech. Match and dismount down. Cannonball through. Coming around the corner. Good foot tech there. No problem. Speed vault over the vault box. Work on that sprint speed over, up onto the warp wall we go, and there's the hit on the buzzer. Oh, almost left wheel hanging there, but nice try, nice run. Henry Flynn coming from Stamford Ninja Academy. Standing by, ready to go. Woo, that last step was a little close, but we're good. Take the side route here, be sure about it. That's going to give them a good amount of speed built up here for these laches. Trying to keep those hips back to keep the links going. Needs a little bit of a swing here, getting hung up a little bit. Try to do a quick pop lache through, but that's okay. Should be able to make it up. So, finding the rhythm here on the bar tech. Dropping in. Cannonball down the warp, off the wall. Now the under overs. Time to finish up at the warp wall here, all the way back to the top. And there at the top, 5.3. Great job. A lot of these athletes might be feeling it a little bit from yesterday. The hybrid course is no easy task. Starting your day off with a speed round, this will really wake you up first thing in the morning. Rowan. Ready to go. Coming out of the Empire Ninja Gym. Going for that warp wall run up. Nice one-handed save. Woo! Quick pops here. Dropping down. Swinging up, hips back, swings through, pulls through. Cannonball swing in, nice job. Now we're going to come around the corner onto the steps. Looking for the over-unders here. Coaches are hyped up, getting them to sprint as fast as possible. Sub 42nd time is within reach. If we get to that buzzer, it's going to be close. The climb up. Climb up got him a little bit hung up, but he was okay. Pretty fast run there from Rowan. Wee, that one-handed save. Phil coming out of Ninja Mania. Striding across, coming around the corner. I like that approach. Had a better angle on the run into the wall. Set him up great for that grab on to the Lachey bars and pop it down quick off of the special delivery holds. Hand over hand, looking for the dismount down. There we go. Cannonball swing, no need for the feet on the wall. Just going to go ahead and get cheese grated. Big skip past the last step. And the sprint. Up the wall we go. Shout out to the camera operator who's going to be sprinting all day long alongside these athletes. 45.2 for Phil.
Let's go, Abe.
Avion Roddy Rouser. Coming out of the Warrior Factory, Syracuse. Woo, two strides across the blocks, no problem. They're going to head up onto that warp wall attack.
And go!
See the far Lachey's and then the near Lachey's throws their tech off just enough. But Avion keeping these swings pretty big. Nice job there. No need for multiple reaches. Big skip across that last step as well. The over-under's coming up. 30 seconds to this point. It's going to be a really fast time if he gets this climb up locked in. Heel hook and buzzer. 37-28. Nicely done, Avion. Great bar work, some quick Lachey's. Climb ups, something I wonder how much that is being worked. It's pretty vital here, could save you a couple of seconds. Owen Alzheimer on the move right now. Half pipe attack, run up to the bar work. Ooh, needs a backswing there. Probably felt like he wanted to go, but very aware of how much power he needs. Rocking that UBW t-shirt. Oh, Mike Cook. Awesome backyard community event. Definitely check out that. Woo, going quick. Owen, look out. Heading on to the over-unders. And the sprint to the wall. 30 seconds to this point. It's going to be a very fast time depending on the climb up. What's it look like? Get up and over. 35.7. Unofficial time on our screen. They'll have a little bit different out there on the floor. He was 35.69. If you're following along on the Ninja Master app, ninjamasterapp.com. Look up the Stamford Ninja Academy NSC Youth Qualifier if you want to follow along the leaderboard there and the run order. Logan Tansley striding on in, looking for that tic-tac off the warp wall. Logan also one of the Ninja Academy athletes coming out of the Hamden location. Woo, keeping the feet up there on the dismount. Nice job. Good awareness. Be sure about those landings. Little push off that wall. Always a fun swing tech. Good skip. Over under, and now the sprint is going to test their cardio. Where that pacer test starts to come into play from elementary school. Ooh, and the climb up, slowing them down. Come on. 45.91. Them top outs, really important to train. This age group, at the 8 and 9-year-old group. Warp walls, top outs, challenging skill, requiring a lot of, it's almost a full-on muscle up. I don't know how many 8 and 9-year-olds are doing full-blown muscle ups at that age. So, understandable. After running a long course, they're pretty tired. It's going to be a struggle on those warp walls unless that technique's spot on. Andrew LeChue on the move right now. Andrew going to the platform. Going to take a backswing here to be sure. Split the difference there. One more swing back. Set things up. Ooh, but the stop here. When you've got 2 obstacles like this on the long straps, you almost want to split the difference and pull from the one behind you, unless you've got a good swing going into it. Andrew going for the monkey bar tech, side to side swing.
Come on, Mike. Come on.
Gonna have to push the pace here a little bit. 1:30 is the time we're working with. A good dismount there, close, but we're good. 30 seconds left to get through the over-unders. And up that warp wall. Riding up the wall here. Climb up time. Fight for it here. Come on, Andrew. Get up there. There it is. 117. What I love about the NSC breakdowns, various divisions. We got the hybrid from yesterday. The speed is going to test that cardio and accuracy and efficiency. The burnout, whoever makes it into the burnout round after this is going to test that grip strength, upper body aptitude. That's going to do it for the open wave. Rocking the sloth socks. Nothing slow about this run. On to the 8-9-year-old female division for the speed. Taya Kelly coming out of Surge, Ninja, and Hopkinton will be our first female athlete. Taya's got a handful of NSC qualifiers already. So no stranger to these competitions. A good tic-tac off of the warp wall is going to give her a lot of speed going into this. Woo, quick pops down. Side to side, changing the direction, which way we're facing is going to help keep that body aligned to where you want to go. Drop it down off of the ring swing. Tic-tac. No need on those last few steps. Really fast time from Taya. To the top with a heel hook. 36.17 for Taya Kelly. Boy, Poppy Parker on the move already. Going quick. Up the warp wall. Take some back swings here to be sure about it. Whoa! Unfortunate. Gotta wait for that 5-second mark. Tried to go for the static reach. That's where you go from one hand straight out. Yep, monkey bar method. Going for that move again. Got a little more secure that time. Gotta get that swing just a little short there on that one. He's a little flustered by it. Gotta wait for that 5-second mark. Ooh, a little bit of a tweak on the ankle there. Hopefully she's okay. Balls are gonna hurt her a little bit. Good swing through. Good to the platform. Still has the potential to clear within the time limit. Ooh. No, has to go all the way under. She knocks over the beam. That was but coming down to the wire here on the climb up.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, the climb up there stops her. Poppy had a rough go out there. It's okay, nice try. Was really in a rush there towards the end to get to the warp wall before time ran out and got hung up on those over-unders. Emily Baker on the move now, striding across, going for the platform jump instead. Making that first Lachey. Keeping that forward momentum. No, she almost had it. I thought she was going to be able to stick that landing. But got to go back. Got to be on top of the red block. So right now, let's see what we're going to do here. Big backswing. Smart move there. Being able to pull back off that first obstacle.
All right, absolutely.
Pulling up here. Hold on tight. Good job. Keep fighting for it. Up and in, keeping the feet up, and we're good. Striding across. Now the over-unders. And 20 seconds to try to finish things out. Emily Baker looking for the warp wall climb. Climb up here. Oh, the elbows and knees. Finishing things out. Emily Baker, 123 and some change. Great run out there. Exhausting course, exhausting speed round. And here we go. Next athlete going, Alexandria showing. Over onto the platform. Jumping out, linking these moves, hips back. Great link tech on the bar work. And good decision here to split the difference on the long lines. And a little bit of a 90-degree lock-off climb-up tech. Keep that rhythm going on into the ring swing here off the wall. Tic-tacs off. Nice job dismounting down. Riding through over-unders now. Keep it going. We're cooking right now. Alexandria going for that warp wall. Onto the ring, up and over to the top, and the buzzer at 50.8 for Alexandria. Notice how we set the hips back as you catch. If your hips are right there in between where those bars are at, that sets you up great for those continuous laches. Excellent run, maximum effort. Training studio, sending out a lot of athletes out here. Up now, Ruby Halls, excuse me. Ruby striding across, going to the platform here. Big jump. Hold on tight. Good pull through here. Wants one more backswing to be sure about it, and then gets the underbar dismount. Monkey bar mode here for the special delivery holds. Now the climb up going forwards. Save some time not having to turn around on the bar transfer. Does make the ascent a little trickier. Woo, close, but we're good. Stepping across over onto the platforms for the over-unders. Barely has to duck under those those barriers. Ruby to the back of the wall for the warp wall run up. Come on, get up there. Climbing up to the top. 102 for Ruby. Sarah Harrison coming out of the Stamford Ninja Academy, ready to go in just a second. And we're off, striding across those steps on the side up into the platform for the back swings. Couple extra swings here to be sure about the momentum build. Don't want to shortchange yourself. Ooh, but there you can see you think you have enough swing built up. But the fact that those are on those long straps keeps you from transferring that momentum fully onto it. Sarah able to adjust. Quick move across the ring swing. Now striding through these last few steps. Over under we go. Quick little side vault over the block. Into the warp wall. Up and in. Get that climb up done. There we go. Nice job, Sarah. Down to the final 5. Josephine Boyer striding through right now. Coming out of the Stamford Ninja Academy. Taking those swings here. Try to link this one if possible. Might get the dismount in one. There we go. Big back pull and then match and go. That's the quick work you want on those. So this line of upper body moves really tests the athlete's ability to change up their technique. On the laches, a lot of quick transfers required. Ooh, keeping the feet up. Striding through. Now this is just a gut check here for how much you can push on the sprints. Josephine up to the wall. Pull, pull, pull. Come on, fight for that climb up. And there we go. 111.83 for Josephine. Quick little triple step there. Emily Wilkes coming out of Stamford Ninja Academy. Countdown, and we're good. Stride through. Quick work up to the bar. Going to take a backswing here, but that's going to give her enough momentum built up already. Not too many big swings required there. Popping off of there. Backwards tech before the turnaround into the side-to-side. Giving swing check down onto the trampoline. Bounce into that ring swing. Going to head on over onto those strides across. Big leap up and skip those angled platforms for the under-overs. Sub 30 seconds to this point. Going to head around that corner for the warp wall climb. Going to be sub 40 seconds if that climb up spot on. Here we go to the blaze pod to finish things out. 37.5 for Emily Wilkes. Great run there. No hesitation. And here's that quick pop-off tech. If you keep that momentum traveling forwards off of that first I think they're talking about maybe adjusting the time for a blaze pod hit. Maybe hit it just a bit off, or perhaps not sure. Sure, it'll be reflected after they take a look, but an incredible time there from Emily. AJ on the move right now. Ariana Merchant coming out of the Empire Gym. Also going with some quick Lachey tech. Going for that pop through. Big leap up. Doesn't need too many hand moves. That was a great move there. Skipping out half of the upper body moves required. Good strides across and another really fast run here. Sub 30 seconds. To the warp wall. What's it going to be? Quick turn up. No need for a huge run up here. I think that's our fastest time. 33.3. AJ, what a run. There's really quick work here on the Lachey tech. That huge jump really saved her some time on the upper body portion on that third section of the Lachey line. Last two runners, Maybell and Misha, going to be our final runners. Maybell coming out of the Hamden Ninja Academy. Wiping out the chalk dust, doesn't want that anywhere near her shoes. AJ on the move right now. Striding across, heading up. Ooh, gonna have to go back, try again. It's a decent amount of distance to cover here. There we go, good attack that time. On now for the Lachey work. Hold on tight. Couple big moves to make. One more swing should do it. Remember, reach out, pull back. Ooh, off angle a bit. A good save.
Keep moving. Face backwards.
So we're going to go backwards, will be easier.
Doing great. Come on.
Keep fighting through it.
Come on.
Almost got a big pull here.
Good. Just hang it from here. You got this.
There it is. Working through that swing tech. Gets the dismount down. On now for the trampoline bounce. Hold tight, cannonball through. Striding across, and now the over-unders. Good work. Sprinting for the warp wall here. Got to the wall, just got hung up there on the Lachey line. Took some extra swings. That cost her some time there, but a great fight, great run from Maybell Gregory. And last athlete of the wave, Misha Lee. Misha coming out of the Grit Ninja Pleasantville, taking some quick strides across. Up and over, warp wall attack, no problem there. Needs a couple backswings here on the speed line for these speed Lacheys, but figures it out quickly. Quick pop off through, right there on the edge of the platform. Going for the backwards approach on the climb up. Good swing down landing, looking for that ring swing dismount. There it is. Striding across, big skip there. No need for that last angled step. And now the over-unders. Sprinting on through now for the warp wall. Trying to get there to the top and finishing things out at 43.7. Great run from all the athletes in the speed round. Now the scores will have to be tallied up to determine who the top 10 will be for each division to see who will be moving on to the burnout rounds. So that will be coming back to you in a bit. Be on standby right now for for the next, the burnout will be starting up in a little bit after the scores are tallied. So thanks everybody for joining us. The stream's going to stay up for a bit, and we'll be back with the burnout to decide who the top athletes are going to be for the 8 and 9-year-old age divisions. Thanks everybody. Back, everyone, to the Youth NSC here at Stamford Ninja Academy. We are now getting ready to take on the burnout round. This is the all upper body, no rest points anywhere on the course for your feet. This is all hang time as long as you can. Starting with the open round, followed by the female division. To look at the first few athletes: Patrick, Julian, Mark, Rowan, and Harrison. Taking things on here in just a bit. Thanks everybody for joining us today. Live stream brought to you by Beta Break. Go check them out if you're looking for some live streaming services. Ninja Sport Championship brought to you by the Ninja Sport Network. Really exciting to have the youth extended season this time. We've been having the championship the last couple of seasons. It's been really exciting. Way to kind of start up the regular season for NSC. But now we've got these extended competitions throughout the year. Letting more athletes try out this format, and now they've earned their spot into the championship through this format. And here we go. Burnout round. Patrick Crawwell. There's a lot of touch points throughout this course as they try to work their way through. Use those legs on the rope. If you've got a good rope tech here, this would be a good chance to recover that grip a little bit. It's going to drop down and take him to the next swing point. Five minutes is all they get. Some dropping rings here. Got to be careful. Moving through pretty well right now. Patrick coming out of the Grit Ninja Norwalk. Working towards that black belt in karate. Is currently a brown belt. Good work on the slopers. Hold on tight. Good save there. This is where the pain starts to kick in. Cannonball alley. Progressively getting larger cannonballs. Opening up that grip. Back down to some smaller holds. Now those spinning handles might be tough. You want to match your grip there. Patrick moving through pretty quickly. On and now for the rock wall. Feet are allowed here on this bar, but you're hanging from a really awkward position. Ooh, get those feet back on. Really impressive work here. Testing that rock climbing capability before going up to the key lock. Oh no! Almost got it. What a run from Patrick. He only had two more obstacles to go. It was the key lock hang into an extended set of cliffhanger ledges. So our first burnout athlete almost getting to the end of the course. See those small grips there. Burning the grips, burning the fingertips. Julian up now. Julian coming out of the Fair Rocks Athletics up there in New York. Plays ice hockey and roller hockey. Currently on the swim team as well. Track and field athlete also. Enjoys snowboarding, playing the piano. Multi-talented athlete here. Good yawn there. Early morning still, perhaps. Trying to get some beta, sounds like, from Joe on the sidelines. If he's going to be coaching him out there, I'm not sure. At least that's who it sounds like. I think we are ready to go. A little standby right now, though, folks, making sure everything is good to go out on the course. Always a important process to be mindful of. Ensure that the course is going to act the same for all the athletes out there. When you've got a lot of moving parts, a lot of change out of obstacles, it's a lot of different things to keep track of. So we'll be coming back to you in just a second, making sure everything is good to go on the floor. All right, we're ready to go. Julian swinging through those monkey bars. Got Joe over there on the sideline. Got to help out with some instruction here. Various approaches we've seen on burnout throughout the years of NSC. It's developed quite a lot from having little perches for you to rest a little bit in between, not fully stepping off of the platforms, but kind of like an active rest, into what we see nowadays, which is no use of your feet whatsoever. Julian having a little turnaround there. Try to transition on to the slopers. First athlete who's got pretty far into the burnout, so all the following athletes know exactly where they have to get to. Hold tight on to that cannonball there. It's a tough hold. Spinning handle. It's going to test that one-handed grip strength. Really want to get through those quickly. All right, what's it going to be here? Turning around for the rock holds. Wants to get those legs up if possible. It's about as much as rest as you can get. It's still a really challenging way to hold on. Swinging off the rock wall, fingers popping off a bit. Julian, keep digging deep here. This is where rock climbing shoes would be really helpful. Still a great run. And this course was designed by Tom Alberti. Some echoes of stage 3 from Sasuke, the original Ninja Warrior, out in Japan. You see that the hang climb towards the end. Used to be how stage 3 ended. It'd be the hang climb into the pipe slider. It was the vintage way the stage 3 finished. The days of old. Y'all ever go watch some of the original Ninja Warrior episodes? Get to see some really cool obstacles you don't see much nowadays. Here we go. Mark Cuesta on the move right now. One of the Stamford Ninja Academy. 3 years of experience. Gonna have to climb high here, get up to that rope. He's gonna drop it down, swing him on over. Joe is his coach. Made it to stage 3 at the World's competition last year. The WNL as the Tier 2 World Champion. Looking to get a burnout clear here, potentially. He's still got a lot to go. Has to engage all of these holds here. Really want to palm the top of those holds. The big cannonball is going to dyno his way down. Quickly through that one. He's going to save him a little hang time. Oh, we're going for a big skip here. What are we going for? Ooh, ouch! That had to have stung a little bit. Risking a big move there. Swung back into some of those cannonballs. We'll see if that's going to help in the long run. All right. On to the rock. Onto the hang climb here. Mark. Ooh, feet falling a bit. He's going all hands here. Engage those feet. Take some pressure off of those hands a little bit. Big pull here. All right, looking pretty solid now. This is his last chance to really get a good shakeout in. On to the key lock hang. This is a classic obstacle here from back in the day. It was turned into the circuit board on American Ninja Warrior. The Skywalker, I believe, was the original version made by Tony Torres and the Alternate Routes crew. Mark Cuesta making some good moves here, looking to finish things up on the key lock hang. Yeah, we're getting close to the finish line, folks. Tension mounting in the building. Ooh, come on to the cliff ledges. And the determination on the face of Mark. The crowd comes alive. We're fighting through each of these ledges. Fingertips popping off. That's going to be it for Mark, but so close. What a run from Mark Cuesta. Dang. What a run, dude. Hard-fought battle. Quick little pop-off there. Got into a fight with those holds as he was getting that swing built up for that skip at the end. Dug deep onto the rock hold, feet falling off a couple times. And on now to the next athlete. See if we can follow suit. Rowan Figueroa on the swing right now. Looking for the rope. Using the foot pinch to help with the climb. Gets a good swing down. Burnout rounds here. It's important to try to conserve as much as you can along the way. It's tough to know exactly where to do that at. Ooh, good spot right here. Yep, the pillar is in play as according to the rules. Not a bad spot to shake out at the about the quarter way through. Feeling out those holds a little bit. One too comfortable on that one side. With that one hand, going to switch it up a bit. Going over the tops. Tension. Barely sticking on there. The last transition out. Up onto those next few holds into the Cannonball Alley. This is another configuration that we've seen on American Ninja Warrior. Post salmon ladder obstacle. Famously, Kevin Bull, an athlete who got through it by flipping upside down. Rowan, no need to enact any no reenactments of Kevin Bull on the Cannonball Alley, so we're going to go straight into the rock hangs here. Feet up and then we'll shake out a bit. Take a chance to catch your breath. Trying to recover like this is tough, but it is a necessity. All upper body for the first couple of moves. No good purchase on the left hand. Nice try from Rowan. Great fight to that point. Awesome work. You can see him slapping the forearms there. It's like, I can't feel my arms anymore. Where'd my forearms go? Harrison Buss, ready to go. Coming out of the Maximum Effort Training Studio. A fellow flop ball enthusiast. It's the old hand hacky sack I've been tossing around for the last year and a half or so. Always fun to see the athletes that try to pick it up and see what skills they can come up with. Try to juggle that around as we are working our way through onto the rings right now. Harrison keeping a good rhythm. Now onto the slopers. Open grip here. This is what really burns the forearms out really fast. Switching back over. On to more of a crimp hold here. Shaking out as we go. Chalking up a little bit more. Harrison also plays soccer and lacrosse. Let's see if we can get across these cannonballs here. Good match tech, just taking his time, one hand at a time. Oh, looking for a big skip here. Oh, careful. My gosh, that was close. He's feeling fine out there from the looks of it, though. Feet up, shake out, chalk up. Yeah, the coach keeping his athlete aware and making sure he's staying present to the moment. keeping the breathing under control. Sometimes it's easy to lose track of where you're at. The adrenaline's pumping. You can easily make a mistake like that. Good bump tech up to that top hold. On to the key lock hang. Harrison busts. Working through. Twist and go. Gonna have to twist around or change the grip up here. There we go. Good accuracy. Really like this design of these key locks. Big. This is going to test that shoulder mobility a little bit here. Draining the grip a little bit at a time. And here we go. Another athlete to the cliff ledges. Harrison. Got time to spare, but we want to finish this up right here and right now. Harrison onto the cliffhanger ledges. The long line of ledges, and we're off to the races here. What's it going to be? Tiny ledges, mandatory use. Not quite going to get there. Well, worked his way a little further down the line. Incredible job from Harrison Buss. So you can see the difference in size. It gets smaller as they go down that line. Really testing that grip. All right, Phil ready to go. Phil Tizzy from Ninja Mania. Currently in the 4th grade, working his way through right now. Looking for that drop down. Favorite course type happens to be burnout. Let's see how we fare. Making some good swings here. Now, that pillar was in play if needed. Footrest. Help recover a little bit. Phil trying to push the pace. And that is a plan of attack for a lot of these athletes. Sometimes they don't want to waste time. Chalking up extra, shaking out when they feel confident with their grip strength. Push through everything. Phil going for every hold here instead of the big skips. I think that was a pretty smooth way to go about it. Phil going really fast here at 1:30. First chance for him to chalk up. Now the challenging part here, getting the feet back in play on the hang climb. Oh no! Phil went for a big move. Oh, you can tell he is just really upset there in the moment. Was looking so strong, but that was a big reach. Clearly upset with himself some, but that's okay, young man. Shake it off, my friend. It's part of the game. Emotions run high this stage of the game. That's all right. Shane Young on the move right now. Next level ninja athlete. 3 years of experience. So wing it on across and see what we got. No problem on the rings. Perhaps gonna take a breather. Nope, gonna go ahead and keep moving. Hand over hands here. Nice little spin around there. Good awareness. Going at a really good pace here. What's the approach going to be on this one? Are we going for the big skip? Or slowly but surely? No! The one hand on the spinning handle. Unfortunate. That is the risk you run on the spinning handle holds. Shane was going at a good pace. UBW, baby. Get a little battle cry before we start. Oh, and Alzheimer. Ready to rock and roll. Rocking the headband. Coming out of the Dexterity Depot. Enjoys designing and building obstacles. One of the top 10 athletes at the WNL 2024 season championship. Another one looking for the swing through right now in these dropping rings. Favorite obstacle happens to be the flying bar. No flying bar to be found on the course. I don't know many 8-year-olds that are fond of that obstacle, but man, that's one that used to be on stage 3. That's how they finished it out on American Ninja Warrior for many seasons. We had to do that one in Japan. It was the 3rd obstacle, but we only had to do like 2 cradles before moving on to the ultimate cliffhanger back then, way back in season 3 of A&W, 2011, many moons ago. Owen here at 1:18, incredible time to this point. Looking for the climb up on the rock wall. Now this big reach here with the left hand. That's the one that's been catching people off guard. Owen getting a little squirrely here. Now just bumping straight over onto the key locks. Key lock hang. The more you swing on this one, the tougher it can be. Want those handles to be just right. Sure they're not going to fall out. Twist to be high enough in that hole to twist on through. And here we go. The shakeouts are done. Chalk up is done. Owen Alzheimer rocking the UBW shirt. Let's see if we can get a clear here. One last shakeout before attacking onto these cliff ledges. They get smaller as you go, fighting his way through these last few. And get out of town. Oh, making it look like a walk in the park. UBW, baby, indeed. A walk-off high-five celebration, full clear. Rarely seen in the burnout world. Rock and roll, Owen Alzheimer. That was just flawless. Oh, man, hardly any struggle there at the end. He just paced himself in such a way that he was able to maintain the grip. Let's see what we got for the rest of the athletes in the field. Avion moving through right now. Coming out of the Warrior Factory, Syracuse. Use those footholds if you can. Help out with the rope climb. Good little J hook on the climb up. Swinging through some of these dropping rings. Well, this extra swing is going to affect the grip a little bit, a little extra momentum. Could hurt him in the long run. All about these, all the small moves add up here on the burnout courses. Trying to find the rhythm here now, matching up, 2 hands on top, going to match that grip. Oh, it looks like we're going to opt to skip. Nicely done. Ooh, you can see the grimace on the face starting to show up. Ooh, he doesn't want to go to the bar. He wants to go straight to it. Feet on. Give those hands a little bit of a breather. Oh, man, here's a tough move. Work your feet up a little higher. There you go. This is where a history of a background in rock climbing will help. Avion not giving up here. Ooh, come on, get on. He's got to get onto those handles. You hear the coach telling him to keep breathing. You got to remember to do that when you're out there. It's easy to forget when you're in the moment, especially when your hands are overhead like this.
Up and turn. Swing your hips, Abe.
I don't know if he wants to have. You don't want to have too much of a swing. The bigger your swing is, it'll have a pretty bad effect if you miss. So if he can make sure those key locks go in place with that swing, that's going to be helpful. There we go. Able to get across, and now onto the cliff ledges. Doesn't want to chalk up. Oh, buddy. Here we go. One more look at the cliff line. Avion looking for a finish. Tiny ledges. Back on to the last 2. Get out of town. A back-to-back burnout clear. Avion fighting through. What a battle. He is hyped up out there. Oh my goodness. Incredible job. What a battle. Even with this skip, it looked like he was struggling a bit on the rock wall, but he was able to fight on through. Heart of a champion, and he is hyped up over there. Great job. All right, Joey Stone on the move. Joey coming out of the Grit Ninja. Our last athlete in the open division. This is the WNL Premier Series champion. Tier 1 champion as well from the 2024 season. See if he can be the NSC Youth Champion as well. Trying to add more Infinity Stones to the gauntlet. Working through the slopers right now. No, my goodness! Oh, unfortunate slip there. Hands on the head. Doesn't know what happened. Maybe he was trying to go a little too fast. And a shocker to conclude the open. My goodness, you hate to see it. But that is what the burnout is all about. Man, it's you know he had to push the pace. He knew what he had to do going into it. And sometimes you have to take those risks. So tough break, young man. That's all right. Keep after it. And making some adjustments out there, or trying to get all the female competitors ready. Should be going here in just a bit. Man, a lot of tension in the burnout. So this is all the points are cumulative. They all add up. So how you performed in the hybrid speed and burnout will determine the winners. Here we go on now, Ruby. Ruby on the move right now. Coming out of the Stamford Ninja Academy. Got her coach Joe in tow, helping out with the beta and the extra instructions as she's working her way up that rope swing right now. She's going to drop down, hold on tight. We ready for the drop? Just enough momentum to get her there. Got first place at the Tier 2 2024 New England Regionals. Ooh, bit of a miss on that dropping ring. Gonna have to reset a little bit. That's all right. We're good to go. Wisely using that pillar. That's your kind of a half and half rest point. Now on to the slopers. Big reach here. Want that traction on each one of those to ensure that grip is not going to slip. Up now on to the wing nut hold before moving on to the cliff ledges in the cannonball alley. Working down through the big cannonball. Trying to get that swing going, built up once again. We have to match that grip. Ooh, it's going to spin out on you if you're not careful. Big outstretch hold for Ruby. Really strong performance here to start things off. Rock holds. You don't have much room there. Just trying to get the hand a little better placed. Get those feet in place. That'll help take the pressure off of the hands. It helps to get the feet a little higher to help with the press up into it. Nice try, Ruby. Great work out there. That rock wall is challenging, especially after everything they had to do to get there. A little bit of a slip, almost peeling off on the cannonball alley, but an impressive work out there for Ruby. Emily Baker coming out of the Stamford Ninja Academy as well. Moving on through the swings. Pillar's going to get in the way a little bit. They can kick off of it. Trying to fix the swing a little bit. You got a lot of swing.
No hands. Oh, okay. Go back to the ring. Try the ring again. Just get that swing straight. You're going to be fine. Towards me. Right here.
Yep. I have a little confusion on whether that was in play or not, so had to adjust. Thankfully, able to still move on. Feet here are good to go. Going with a great foot tech on the rope. Pinch and hold. And recover some of that grip strength. There we go. Emily looking for the ring swings here after working through a little bit of a rough start, but that's all right. Still fighting for it here. Pulling up into it, starting to dig deep. This is where things get challenging when the grip starts to go. Pull power starts to get exhausted. It's like you can't feel anything in your arms anymore. Trying to find the swing tech to get up into the bar without having to pull too much. Oh, we almost had it. Hands are just gone. Great try from Emily. The tough start might have shot the grip, maybe gave her a little bit of a flash pump as we were trying to fix the swing to come around the pillar. Nice try from Emily. Josephine Boyer ready to go right now. Another athlete from Stamford. Goes by JoJo. Into field hockey and snowboarding. Also an avid reader. Read the Harry Potter book series twice before her dad finished it once. Currently going through that series for a third time. Big swing out to the bar. Big Harry Potter fan. I wonder if she's been to the Harry Potter world down there at Universal Studios. Always a cool spot. Been there once. I got motion sickness immediately off of, I think, the Hogwarts Castle ride. Can't quite ride the roller coasters like I used to back in the day. Come on, Josephine, get the feet in play to help get the climb up onto the ring. All right, now looking for the slopers. Grip, not quite able to get the swing. Looking down at the hand, might have got a peel or a rip on the palm. Yeah, you can see she's holding it, not too happy about that, but whenever you get those flappers on the hand, it takes a little while to heal up. Hopefully she's okay. Let's try Josephine. Poppy Parker on the move right now. Poppy coming out of the Ninja Mania gym. The pop star ninja. Got to climb up. Be ready for the drop. Get those hands just right. be careful with that upside down hold, but hey, oh wow, she makes it work. It's always interesting to see different techniques athletes can come up with. For as long as I've been in the sport, I'm always surprised by what the athletes are capable of, what techniques they can come up with. Good job on the slopers. Into that bar hang over on into the next few ledges. Working into these cannonballs. Do we want to chalk up a little bit? We do. Just enough to dry up the hands. Ooh, hold on tight. And now the spinning handle. You're going to match that grip. Twist the body. Swing it around. Do it again. Excellent job from the pop star. And now the rock holds. You want to get those feet in play as soon as you can. She's trying to find one of the holds that feels comfortable. Get those feet on. There we go. Turn the hips into the wall. Get the feet up a little bit more. The peel out on the back swing. Really good run from Poppy. Incredible job. There's that reverse grip on the rope swing. Knew she had enough momentum and grip strength to get to that bar quickly. Got about halfway up that rock hold. Well, the barn door swung her off of there. Sarah Harrison standing by. And we're off. Quick swing through on the monkey bars. Over and around. Smooth move around the pillar. We saw a couple athletes get hung up there. Sarah keeping that rhythm into the swing through the ropes. Trains here at Stamford Ninja Academy. Enjoys climbing trees, hanging out in the tree line. So should feel right at home in the burnout course. Always climbing. Not too many tree branches on this course, but still a similar feel, I'm sure. Curious what kind of trees she enjoys climbing the most. Remember as a kid, we used to have these, I don't know what kind of trees they were. They're just tall and bendy, and they could fall to the ground and like catapult us upwards. I don't know. I can't remember what kind they were. Well, we'd climb to the top and then fall down off to the side, holding on to them, and they would launch us back up into the air. Make sure you get your permission from parents before climbing any trees, folks. So, they're looking strong out there on the course right now, though. Over on to the next handle here, perhaps. Going straight to the bar. There we go. Yep, the grips if you don't need them. Cliff ledge there to help with getting onto the rock holds. All right. Let's see, Sarah Harrison hanging out like we're on some tree branches. And we get through the rock holds into the hang climb to be the furthest athlete so far on the burnout course here in this division. We need that left hand ready. Get the feet a little higher up to help. This is the one move that all the athletes have peeled out on. Sarah not quite able to do so. But still pretty happy with that run from the looks of it. Incredible job from Sarah. All right, here we go. Next athlete quickly through the monkey bars, swinging into action. Misha Lee. Heading up. Great accuracy straight into the special delivery before swinging down onto the rope. Swinging through a couple of these handholds. Trains out of the Grit Ninja. Showing a lot of grit and determination right now on this burnout. Chance here to chalk up if need be, but opting not for the chalk bucket. Nicely done, but that swing comes to a dead stop. Able to adjust and reach out for the next cannonball. Get ready for this spinning handle. I like it, leaving room for the other hand. Now the transition over onto the bar. Maybe he wants to bump over to it. There we go. And back onto the hang climb. Misha Lee looking really strong right now. Quick to this point. Hasn't chalked up. Feeling really confident. Big pull here, get the foot into place. Looks like she knows a thing or two about climbing, but no, the reach just not there. But an incredible pace to that point. That is a tough move. We'll see if anybody can get past that. We are all chalked up, ready to go. Alexandria showing, ready to go. Coming out of the Maximum Effort Training Studio. Going up onto the rope climb here. Bringing on across. This is her favorite style of courses to run, burnout. Made it to stage 3 at the WNL Worlds 2024 season. And also competed in the Premier Series last season as well. Looking to try to get through the burnout here. A minute to this point. lot of hype from the crowd right now. No chalk required. Quick little match tech on the way down. Kicking up to get that momentum going the direction she wants it to. And now we're back. Minute 30 to this point. Alexandria moving smoothly. And back on the rock climb here. Alexandria, feet on the rock wall. Can we get through the hang climb? This is the move not any other athlete has made. Big reach. Ooh, a good save. The hand pops back down, doubles up on that one hold, giving her another attempt. That is huge. Keep the feet on. And she's got the next touch point, and this is the first athlete to get to the key lock hang in this division. You can see the grimace on her face, fighting through the pain here. Oh man, tension mounts as we get on to those handlebars. Trying to get that swing built up. You got to make sure that the key locks go up high enough into the slots so we can lock them into place. Too much backswing can start to affect the grip on that one handle. There we go. One shakeout at a time. Every one of those tape lines, once she gets past it, is another point. Almost through it. Yeah, she is really fighting the pain right now. The pump is real here on this burnout course. 3.5 minutes in. Gets the clear on the key lock hang. Alexandria going to take a chance to chalk up. Oh my goodness. Swinging back and forth a bit. Oh man, the crowd giving her a lot of energy here. Dropping down onto the cones. One last chance to shake out before the cliffhanger crossing. And here's the last bit of fight. Look at the 90 degrees. We're looking for a burnout clear here. Alexandria go for the buzzers. And that'll be it. Get out of town. Alexandria is showing some maximum effort. Definitely showing us what maximum effort looks like. Incredible job. You can barely feel her arms. And what a run. The first one to get past the hang climb that the other athletes were having peel outs on. Really tough move there in that middle section. And just fought through the rest of the course. Incredible work. Good stuff. Woo, man. Don't see too many burnout clears. That's kind of the deal. You want a burnout course that's extremely challenging. We just saw it, how tough of a course this is. We're down to our final 3 athletes. AJ, Ariana Murcha, on the move right now. Try to keep a good swing through here, good rhythm. Use those feet when you can. Yeah, coming out of the Empire Ninja Gym. 2024 WNL World Champion, the world's strongest ninja and discipline overall champion. Stages overall champion as well, so quite the resume coming into the NSC. Second place in UNAA and FINA, and the USANA side-by-side racing event. AJ trying to get through this burnout. Fighting through it. Going at a really good pace here. A lot of time remaining. Got to think the athletes now know that getting to this hang climb in a quick manner is going to be a way to get a lot of points. But this section right here has been the tricky portion. That reach right there, AJ, no problem. Finding a good route up and in. Now just going right into the key lock hang. Key lock holds here, up and in. Got a really good pace right now. Making some methodical movements. Staying real steady with it. Slight miss there, gonna adjust. Bump forward a little bit down the track. And that'll lock in on the next key lock hang. And we're looking at another potential clear here. AJ dropping down onto the cones. Potential for another burnout clear this round. Add a really quick time to that. Facing these cliffhanger ledges as we go. It's getting thinner as we get through into the end there. The grip just gives out. Still a great run, almost clearing the burnout. Yeah, incredible pace. No slowing down. But those cliffhanger ledges, as they get thinner, makes it even tougher to traverse through them. And right now we got Emily Wilkes getting ready to go. Now the Stamford Ninja Academy as well. And burnout is her favorite kind of course to run. We'll see if we can get on through it. You know, if they say burnout is their favorite, that generally means they're a fan of working out and doing those grueling, long endurance type courses. Going at a good pace right now. On through the cannonballs. Finding the handle, good match tech. Those black handlebars will spin entirely. Risky to hold on with just one hand. And here we go back onto the hang climb, and now one of the few athletes we've seen utilize that bar for rest and recovery as we get the hands all chalked up. We're trying to get up and through this hang climb. Remember that one big move on the left side of this route has been the sticking point for many. Emily just now getting the feet back onto the hang climb. Let's see if we've got the technique here to get up and into that hold. Yes, we do. And just like that, up and out of the hang climb, facing down the line of handlebar moves here on the key lock hang. Up and in, going to twist those around to make sure they stay in place. Keeping the key locks in those slots. Can be tricky once your grip starts to go. Smooth moves through, and we're at 2.5 minutes right now. A really good pace from Emily. Last bit of chalk. Here we go into this line of cliffhanger ledges. We might see another one right here. She says burnout's her favorite. We got the 90 degrees here on display. Tiny ledges on the way to the finish. We got one more big move to make. Get that swing to the platform, and Emily Wilkes with a burnout clear in a dominant fashion. Incredible job. What a fight out there. Man, when you say burnout's your favorite, it shows. And look at the 90-degree tech fighting through those ledges. And there's the buzzer and the crew hyping her up at the finish line. Incredible job. All right, Taya Kelly gonna finish things out here for this division. Coming out of the Surge Ninja Hopkinton Ninja Gym. Got 4th at the WNL Worlds last season. Won the 2025 USANC National Championship. Good swing through right now on the rings. And the first tough holds here, those slopers. Cannonball alley time, swing on across these. The variety of grips, what really taxes the hands. Oh, it looks like we're going for a big skip here. Oy, she thought about it. Oh, I like that though. Go ahead and just bump over from that spinning handlebar. Pushing the pace yet again. Another athlete trying to go fast here. And we find the right hand hold. There it is. Shaking out a little bit potentially. No shakeouts required. Wants to keep on fighting through. Looking for these key lock hangs. Careful. Swing too much when they're not placed properly. They can pop out. There it is. Oh, coming down to the wire. No chalk required. Taya on these ledges. And we might have another one. Come on, fight through. Get out of town. And looking for that dismount, almost there. One more kick swing through, and Taya Kelly gets a clear 230. Incredible pace. And another full clear, nicely done. Awesome work from all the athletes. Here you can see the pinkies popping off. Thought that was telltale sign of a peel out potential, but she proved me wrong. Made it to the buzzer, looking strong there at the finish. Fist bumps from the hype crew. An incredible job, everyone. Awesome work. Now that'll do it for the burnout rounds. I think they're going to go down to the floor for the awards ceremony in just a bit. But thanks everybody for tuning in and hanging out with us in the live stream. I'm Ryan Stratus. alongside the Beta Break streaming team. 2 minutes or so for the podiums. So give it up for all the athletes out there that competed today. Hats off to all the competitors. Big shout out to all the parents out there in support of this league. All your support is greatly appreciated. And I just have a great time watching these athletes perform out there, trying these new obstacles, these new formats. And we'll have some replays playing while we are on standby for the award ceremony. Thanks, everybody. And here we are, folks, for the award ceremony. Course designer, head judge, Will Sloggeter over there is going to be announcing and giving the awards. All the kids in the house ready for some redemption time now that burnout is concluded. We want to get these awards set and done so they can get back to playtime. We got a little...
All right! Athletes, parents, coaches! Thank you all again so much for coming out to the Stamford Ninja Academy. We had a I designed the hybrid, Tom designed the burnout. We worked together on the speed course. If you like the courses, we appreciate it. Thank you guys all for coming out and spending your weekends with us. I know you didn't have to, so we appreciate you all coming out, whether you traveled or are local. We really feel appreciative that you guys made it here. With that being said, we have some hardware to give out, so just like we did all weekend, starting with the boys. In third place, Joey Stone. Joey finished with 291 points, first place in speed, first place in hybrid, and the 10th place in burnout. Good work, Joey. In second place with 295 points, fourth in speed, second in hybrid, second in burnout, Avion. And in first by a single point, second in speed, fourth in hybrid, and first in burnout, Owen. All right, let's hear it for your podium, guys. Now, these three boys are all already qualified for sectionals at Ascend later this summer. But I'd like to invite up the three qualifiers, Shane Young, PJ, and Rowan. Awesome photos for the parents, guys. Big smiles. And we will see you guys at sectionals. Thank you for coming out. You guys can go home. You guys get out of here. Get out of here, guys. You'll get it. You'll get redemption. Hold on. Later.
Thank you for letting me be in your
Go. Go. Yeah, you're getting less redemption as we speak. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, moving on to the girls. In third place with 292 points. First place in speed, sixth place in hybrid, and fourth place in burnout, we have AJ. In second place with 296 points, third in speed, second in hybrid, second in burnout, Emily Wilkes. Bruh. And in first place with second in speed, first in hybrid, and first in burnout, Taya. Smiles for the cameras, everybody. Big smiles. Now, these three girls are all already qualified for the sectionals at Ascend. So join us up here, Allie, Misha, and Poppy. All right, girls, smile for the cameras. All right, thank you, girls. So we're going to get into redemption. Stop. Stop. You cannot use any hybrid obstacles, only speed and burnout. Stop.
Well, there you go, folks. Congratulations to all the athletes. Incredible job. Thank you again, everyone, for watching, tuning in, and supporting this league as we lead into the championships later this summer. We've still got to get through the sectionals. It's going to be an exciting summertime for these athletes. I'm Ryan Stratus, commentating alongside the Beta Break streaming services here for the Ninja Sport Network. We'll be back later on today for the next age division. The 10 and 11-year-olds will be up next. Thanks, everybody.